Welcome back with the lab middleware. Let's get started our lab. Our lab, how to link the Microsoft Access to Microsoft SQL Server using an ODBC Open Database connectivity. The idea of our lab is this: how we connect the Microsoft Access with the Microsoft SQL Server. In this lab, Microsoft Access is used as a front end and Microsoft SQL Server is used as a back end. Microsoft Access is as a client and Microsoft SQL Server is as a server. And we connect our front end with the back end or our client with the server with the help of the ODBC. ODBC are the driver and used as a middleware. Okay, let's start our lab. Okay, I want to open my SQL Server. I already installed on this machine. I already sent you the all the instruction how to install the SQL Server 2012, or if you want to install the SQL Server Express Edition, you can install it. And it look like this. After installing the SQL Server, you can see the screen like this, SQL Server 2012. Okay, and then connect. You can see this tab. Okay, populated the database. You see that there are the many databases here. We want to create our own database, new database. The database name, suppose we want to write the name of the database, student info. Okay, student info. Okay, you can see the database here. The student info database is here. Okay, populate the database. You can see there are already database diagram, tables. We want to make a table. Right click here, new table. Okay, on the column name, we want to make the different column here. We want to make the column the student ID. And data type and char is the and allow null. Make sure you have to allow null because we want to fill the form. And student ID, after that first name and other column. First name, last name. Date of birth, as many columns as you want to add according to your requirement, according to the requirement of the form. Now we have the column student ID, first name, last name and date of birth. Okay, now we want to save. Yes, table name is the student. Student info. Okay, now you can see in your tables student info. If you cannot see, then refresh. After refresh, you can see dbo student.info. This is our table. Okay, here we write the any student ID, suppose to 134, and first name is George, last name is Smith, date of birth any 9. Okay, this is our table now. Okay, Okay, now we open our access, save here. Okay, access, okay, in the access make sure run as administrator. Open the access, run as administrator, make the change, yes. On now the access, we open our data, any data. We want to open external data, make sure ODBC database, and here we see a visit. Here we link to the data source by creating linked table. Okay, and our machine data source, new, and system data source applied to this machine only. Okay, system data source, you can see selecting system data source, create a data source which is specified to this machine and usable by any user who log on to the machine. Okay, next we want to we want to install the driver now, and we are using the SQL server. Here is a SQL server. Next, finish. Okay, you can name the student any name you want, student update, and student update 1. Next, then next, and finish. Okay, you can see test data source. Now you can see the, okay, now you can see the table here. This is the same table we already created. Student ID, first name, last name, and here date of birth, you can write anyone. Okay, and second one, okay, you can see the table now. You are making the changes in the table. Here we change the add the some student ID, new students, first name, last name. Suppose you want to go in the admission office and they need their help in the student ID, first name, last name, date of birth, or any information you want to change here. After that, go back to the SQL server. On the, this is our backend, and go to the tables and student info table. Okay, in a student info table, click on the right click, edit top 200 rows. You can see now, you can see you make the changes on the front end on your access. You name enter the name Michael Kors, Elizabeth George, George Smith, date of birth, and everything you change here. and your information already updated on the SQL server. You can see you make the changes here, and you can make all the changes on your backend on the SQL server. Now you know how can our front end and the backend work. When the changes are updated on the front end, it is automatically updated on your backend on your server. When you make the changes on your client, then it is automatically updated on the server. I think now you know how can we connect the SQL server. Again, I want to show. First we have to go on the SQL server. First we have come in the SQL server, connect. I already sent you all the instruction how we install the SQL server. You can install the SQL server 2012, and you can also install the SQL server Express edition. It is a free version, and after installing the following all the instruction, you are able to install the SQL server on your computer, and then start the SQL server, connect. After connecting, you can see here the database, and populate this one, populating this one, and create the new database. Right click on it, and then I create the database student info. In the student info, when you populate the student info, you see the tables. Right click on the tables, you can create the new table, DBO student info. In the student DBO student info, create a table. You can see the column student ID, first name, last name, date of birth. You can add the student ID, first name, last name, and date of birth. After that, we have to go on the access. I can see the access here. We can see the access, and make sure always select the access as a run as administrator. If you do not select the run as administrator, you cannot make any changes on your table. Make sure you have to run as administrator. After that you see okay, here in the access, you can open your access, and after open the data and external data. Make sure external data ODBC database to use visit, and you fill the visit same. I fill it out, and after that when you import the table here, and you can enter some more. You see the same table you already created on the SQL server, and you on that table you can make some changes. You can enter some more information, add some student, first name, last name, date of birth, and after entering all this information, go back to the SQL server and check. You can see all the information are here. It means the connection between the front end and the back end is the middleware. Now I think you can understand how the middleware work between the client and the server. There are many other ways, but we are using this is a very simple way, and you can do it very easily. I think you might be ready to connect the access with the SQL server. And also in the next week, please complete your lab as soon as possible. Next week we are going to be a very interesting topic, the internet, how the client and the server work on the internet. There are the many topics I think we will complete. This is a vast topic. We will complete in the 2 weeks, and also ready for your midterm exams. Midterm exams will be the multiple choice, and you have to work hard and read all the chapters, all the PPT, and I hope you will do better. All are doing very well in this class. This is the very interesting class. Okay, now you are ready to connect access with the SQL server. Have fun. See you next time.